Chapter 2. Am I strong enough to do this? Balancing your life physically. How often are you so busy taking care of other people's health that you neglect your own? Not only do we not care for ourselves physically, we brag about it. I'm only getting 5 hours of sleep a night. I use my workbench as a clothes rack. I never eat breakfast. Sometimes it seems there's so much in our lives that we cannot control, but how we care for ourselves physically, how we eat, sleep, and exercise is in our control. We can control what we put in our mouths. My dad, a farmer, had eggs, bacon, toast, and real butter and whole milk every day for breakfast. Then he worked hard and burned all those calories. Few of us work in such laborious jobs today, yet one day I realized that I cooked and ate like a farm laborer. My portions were large, my carbohydrates plentiful, yet I spent most of my days at my desk. Recently, I saw an acquaintance for the first time in 10 years. She'd lost nearly 30 pounds. When I asked her how she did it, she simply said, "I eat half portions." Well, there's a concept. I took her diet to heart, and I began serving myself and ordering half portions. In this supersized society, they were still plenty large. It was hard for me at first not to clean up my plate because my mom always reminded us that the children in Korea are starving. "Send them my asparagus," I said, but indeed, they are still starving, and I still hate to waste food. Then I realized it was still wasted anyway on my expanding waistline and my rising cholesterol levels. I started asking waitresses to bring me half an order of fries. "Don't bring me a whole order," I cautioned, "or I'll eat them." When she asks, "Do you want dessert?" I say, "Of course I want dessert. I always want dessert." But no, thank you. Think about it. Every body is a different size and shape with different calorie needs, yet most of the time we all eat about the same portion sizes. There's a direct relationship between your level of physical activity and how much energy you use up from the food you eat. If you eat more than you use, then the surplus is stored as body fat. This means you will become overweight, which increases your risk of disease and disability. With 2/3 of adults in America being overweight or obese, it's time we take personal control of our food intake. Poor diet and lack of physical activity causes at least 300,000 deaths in the United States every year. 3 out of 4 deaths in America each year are from diseases linked to what we eat. Simple lifestyle changes can save your life and improve the quality of life. You don't have to alter your diet greatly to be healthier. Simply substituting an apple a day as a snack instead of a candy bar can make an important difference in lowering your risk of disease. Try taking baby steps. Grab an apple, banana, or another piece of fruit to eat on the go. Snack on raw vegetables like baby carrots or pepper strips or broccoli and celery. Order a ready-made salad instead of that hamburger. Take some control. Be proud of yourself for good diet choices. And sleep, for goodness sakes. More and more research is proving the importance of sleep, yet the National Sleep Foundation estimates that 2/3 of people are sleep deprived. Are you? Do you steal time from your sleep to meet the increasing demands from work and travel and leisure and family responsibilities and social obligations? Unfortunately, it seems our society attaches an economic and moral value to sleeping as little as possible. This go, go, go mentality has created a nation of zombies. Sleep deprivation has become a major health issue in our country. Lack of sleep is a stressor to our bodies. It increases our anxiety and decreases our coping skills. Most of us will admit that we are more likely to be impatient with traffic or teenagers and even our patients when we're overtired. Lots of healing and restorative things happen in our bodies and our brains when we sleep. Important hormones are released and brain metabolism changes. Sleep deprivation increases that stress hormone cortisol, while it decreases the level of 2 other important hormones, the human growth hormone and prolactin. These changes lead to memory impairment, poor judgment, depletion of our immune system, and the promotion of fat instead of muscle. Do I have your attention now? The National Sleep Foundation also reports that 43% of Americans say they are affected a few nights a week by at least one symptom of insomnia. 69% of all children experience sleep problems a few nights a week. So what do we do about this lacking in our lives? Well, the Sleep Foundation suggests that we budget our time to allow 8 hours of sleep per night. Period. Now, most adults will tell you that the amount of sleep they need and that they just don't need 8 hours of sleep, thank you very much, they're doing just fine. But clearly, research shows that 7 to 8 hours is truly necessary. Okay, one last statistic. 1/3 of our American workforce admits that lack of sleep interferes with their performance. Could that be you? This decreased productivity and the accidents cost $150 billion a year. And sleeplessness is something we can control. When are we going to wake up and go to sleep? And what about exercise? That's even harder for me than eating and sleeping. We don't get near the exercise that generations before us got just from carrying on their daily activities. When I think of all the laundry my mother did raising 8 kids and hanging it on the clothesline and scrubbing floors and vacuuming and sweeping and gardening, no wonder she could join Dad in eggs and bacon every morning for breakfast. In our society today, we have high-fat, high-calorie food consumption, but we're not hanging overalls on the clothesline and pulling weeds and carrying bushels of garden-dug potatoes. Speaking of potatoes, the Journal of American Medical Association reported that couch potatoes can improve their heart and lung fitness by doing everyday activities, like yard work, climbing stairs, just as much as if they went to the gym and worked out and worked up a sweat. One researcher studied 235 men and women, ages 35 to 60, divided them into 2 groups, and monitored them for 2 years. One group spent 20 to 60 minutes vigorously exercising 5 days a week. The other spent 30 minutes of exercise in their everyday activities. And at the end of 6 months, both groups had similar and significant improvement in their cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and body fat percentages. What steps can you take to get exercise, nutrition, and sleep that your body needs? And by the way, have you had your physical exam within the last year? Have you been to the dentist? It's time to take care of you too. You deserve it.